Well, we all know there probably can never be another Warren Buffett, but over the weekend, Berkshire Hathaway has announced his successor, and we do have Eric Holm here to tell us all about it. Of course, every time Berkshire Hathaway or Warren Buffett makes a decision or does something, everybody's always listening intently to find out what it is. So they didn't say who it was, right?
Right,
but
exactly.
They said they've made a decision.
They did. In fact, covering Buffett is a bit like covering the Kremlin, being a Kremlinologist, right? He does a lot of media interviews, but there are some questions that he just won't answer, and one is who's going to be your replacement.
And why do you think that is? Why is there so much secrecy?
Well, it could be that he doesn't want the pressure on this person before it's necessary,
right.
And another reason is that he wants to reserve the right to change his mind. You know, people have been asking these questions for years, so
right.
It could be that he's changed his mind sometime along the way.
What do major shareholders think? In other words, over this past weekend, we should set a little bit of background, is the annual letter
right.
that comes out from Warren Buffett. A lot of chock-block with information and his views on lots of things, and the big news was this idea that they said in a sense, we're quite secure in our succession plan.
Right.
And in a corporate governance sense, is that enough for major shareholders or longtime holders of Berkshire Hathaway? Okay, the board and the chairman and CEO have spoken. They've told us there's a succession plan. Should we be satisfied, or do we need to know the names?
Well, the shareholders that we've talked to are not happy with the fact that they don't know. Now, if you talk to Buffett, he'll make the point that no company tells you who the replacement's going to be, well in advance. Now, the thing is that Berkshire's a different company. Warren Buffett's built this company over 40 plus years, almost on his own, with the help of one guy,
right.
Charlie Munger, as vice chairman. And, so the fact that this company became such a success with Buffett, that's why there's so many questions about who's going to come after him.
But the holders do know, and correct me if I'm wrong, of course, the holders do know that even post Buffett and Charlie Munger, it'll be a different setup. In other words, one person won't control
right.
both being a traditional CEO and being the chief investment officer. That already has been decided that it's split up. So wouldn't it be that there's a bit, in a sense, as big as those shoes are to fill, still a little bit less pressure on an eventual successor because the person wouldn't take over everything that Warren Buffett does?
That's true. Buffett does three things. He's the chairman, chief executive, and chief investment officer, and they've hired two people who are going to fill that chief investment officer role and might hire a third, Buffett says. And the chairman job is going to be a non-executive job that goes to his son. But people still want to know who's going to run Berkshire Hathaway.